everybody's always suspected, and I truly do believe Charleston White ain't nothing but a Fed informant.
You Charleston White's head.
Snitch.
What's up?
Jaguar Wright is back at it again, and this time she went all the way off on Charleston White, and she did not hold back. In her latest rant, she straight up called him out, saying what a lot of people have been whispering for a while now. Charleston White is a federal informant, and he has been snitching on rappers. The receipts are starting to pile up, and it's getting real hard to ignore. Jaguar Wright pointed out how Charleston's got a habit of bragging about never doing any serious prison time, even though plenty of people around him have ended up behind bars. But the fact that he only ever did time in juvenile detention, that's kind of suspicious. In the streets, when everyone else catches charges and one person always walks free, it usually makes people start asking questions.
He's been under fire a lot on the low. He's not really getting away with as many of his antics as he has in the past.
Folks have been whispering about Charleston White being a snitch for years. And when you see someone constantly stirring up drama, getting into legal trouble, but somehow always walking free, that's when people start connecting dots.
You know what, up until now, you know, from Dewberry, all of them, he'd been sitting around talking about how everybody went to prison except for him. He only went to juvie, he never went to prison. You've been doing all this bragging all these years, maybe you'll finally get that experience.
This man's rap stays growing, but somehow he's still out here moving like nothing ever happened. Just recently, Charleston got arrested and held without bond on 2 counts of using a deadly weapon. And that ain't even his first time getting booked in the last few months.
What about use?
No
Drug use, not even.
Yeah, I smoke marijuana.
You ever smoke in the car? That little guy? That's it.
Back in October, he was arrested again, this time for animal cruelty and another with a deadly weapon charge. But guess what? He was out just a few days later like it was nothing. And let's not forget his December 2023 arrest. This man was accused of pepper spraying a cat and threatening 2 men with a firearm. Yet somehow, some way, Charleston always ends up back on the streets in record time. With all these charges piling up, how is Charleston White still out here living his best life? Most people would be sitting down for a long time with a record like his, but Charleston, he's back on the internet the next day talking reckless like nothing ever happened. And that's why people really believe the snitch and Fed informant rumors. It's given protected, and the streets don't respect that. Even Boosie ain't messing with him, and he even refused to work with him. Boosie pulled the plug on any plans to collaborate with Charleston after he threatened to call the cops on him over some drama with a show promoter in Memphis.
Charleston White made a video saying he's calling the feds on you because you threatened some comedy show owners.
Oh, he talking about, and they say Boosie on Twitter talking about me. Lucky I ain't got no Twitter account, cause I want to fight now, Boosie.
Now listen, we know in hip-hop culture, calling the cops is one of the biggest no-nos. And Charleston didn't just call them, he bragged about it online. That's why Boosie was like, nah, I'm good. And if the street's most outspoken critic of snitching don't want to mess with you, that says a lot. Now here's where it gets even wilder. Charleston White stays pointing fingers and calling everybody else snitches. Remember when he went off on Lil Woody for snitching on Young Thug? He had so much to say about Woody allegedly working with law enforcement.
You know what I told him? 25. Me and Lil Woody. You want me and Lil Woody? I told him 25,000. Without Lil Woody, 15,000.
But now the same label's being put on him, and for good reason. You can't be out here calling everybody rats when you're moving like one yourself. And he has always been real vocal about being pro-snitching, and that's one of the main reasons people think he's working with the feds. In interviews, he's openly admitted to capitalizing off the internet, stirring up drama, and getting attention. But when you mix that with his legal record and how quick he is to involve the police, it starts making a lot of sense why people believe he's a fed. If all this wasn't enough, Charleston White's connection with T.I. had people raising even more eyebrows. Y'all remember when T.I. admitted to pinning a firearm case on his late cousin Toot to avoid jail time? That confession didn't sit right with a lot of people, and even Boosie canceled their joint album because of it. So when Charleston White started hanging out with T.I., it just added more fuel to the fire.
Problem. Everybody coming to see Tippity Toe Tippy.
Shit, that boy money just went up because of this. I'll fight Boosie and T.I. the same day. I'll fight T.I. the first fight, kick his, go back to the locker room.
At this point, the streets are talking and the evidence is stacking up. Between Jaguar Wright's claims, Charleston's suspiciously short jail stints, and his pro-snitching stance, it's no wonder people believe he's a federal informant. Even Boosie and other big names are keeping their distance. So now the question is, do you think Charleston White is really working with the feds, or is this just a bunch of internet speculation? And why does he keep avoiding serious jail time when his charges keep getting worse? Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Don't forget to smash that like button, hit that subscribe, and check out the next video on the end screen, because trust me, the tea just keeps getting hotter. I'll catch y'all in the next one.